What's up, everyone, and welcome to Good Morning IWC. I'm here with my co-host of Dynamite Discussions, Took Timbo. Make sure you give him a follow on X, YouTube, all that good stuff. I'm Mob Miz, but how you doing, my brother?
Doing fine, man. Good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
ready to get the show started.
Hell yeah. Well, I got some things we could go over. The biggest news being Ace Austin backstage at Collision this week.
Right.
Tony Khan didn't waste no time. He let everybody know no deals on the contract, but Ace Austin is officially all elite. How are you
Yes,
feeling on that?
man. That couldn't be a better grab for Tony Khan, man. Especially what he's done in TNA has been pretty cool. I like him as a character. I like him as a wrestler. He's going to be entertaining as well. I think uh, he's one of those real. He kind of reminds me of the Ricochet and with Osprey a little bit too. Like he can do some of that stuff. As far as in ring capability. He's not on their level like the other two I just mentioned, but I can see him getting there. But no, it's a good pick for Tony Khan for sure.
He's also a lot younger than him. I believe he's still in his maybe mid to late 20s, but he's
Yeah.
definitely still in his 20s. One other thing I would like to say is, and I guess this is the question I'm thinking. Technically, to be fair, you remember when Jay White was kind of bouncing from TNA to AEW before he signed?
Yeah.
Ace Austin and Chris Bay are part of the Bullet Club, which is Jay White's part of the
Very.
Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Do we see Ace Austin
Yes.
join Jay White in the Bullet Club?
Yes. Especially with two of their members being out right now. Uh, this is yeah. I see what you're thinking, man. Yeah, definitely need to get Ace Austin part of the Bang Bang Gang, man. That'd be
Ab-
sweet. Yeah.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I almost can see it like it's gonna happen. I feel like that's one of those things we could bank on that happening. Now, we'll stick to since he came from TNA, we know he's going to be on MLP. I believe the show September 5th, which is the Maple Leaf Pro with Scott D'Amore. We
Yeah.
know he signed to AEW, which that doesn't affect anything to do with that show. He still obviously could be there for that show. Now, Scott left TNA. He did a lot of great things there. He- One thing I do want to say first that he said recently, and then we'll get into this before we get into the good stuff because I want to get this out there quick and early. I'm not sure where he was going with this quote or what he was thinking, and I get it. I guess Cody did it, but I don't think that's really Kenny or the Bucks or not sure
Right.
if Hangman has any other position, but people that could get paid twice typically wouldn't leave to be paid once, in my opinion.
Right.
So if you're being paid for a wrestler and to do backstage, kind of sounds like you have a lifelong job
Yeah.
versus, wrestling as a life shelf. So Scott D'Amore says the Young Bucks he thinks eventually will leave for a WWE moment or a WrestleMania moment.
Nah.
What says you on that?
Uh,
These nuts. Got him.
Got him.
no, that's total bullshit. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Sorry for cursing this early in the morning, but
yeah,
no, it's not gonna happen.
yeah. I
'Cause
don't see Max and
that's-
Jeremy. I don't see Max and Jeremy leaving either.
they're getting a shit ton of money for helping run AEW, and they're signed wrestlers. They're getting two different payouts. They're not gonna leave for a WWE
Mm.
moment. They're not the same as Cody either.
And when they retire from wrestling, they have a lifelong job behind scenes. Cody gave,
Exactly.
not saying that Cody made a wrong decision because your decision is
Yeah.
what it is, but you gave up kind of like a lifelong job versus
Yeah.
a job that might expire. And Cody's probably big enough where he'll get offered a job behind scenes, but the Bucks and Kenny and them have that. You
Yeah.
already so to give it up for a moment, I
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. I don't see the Bucks or Kenny Omega. abandoning AEW for a WrestleMania moment. That we could be wrong. Obviously, I just don't see it.
Yeah. I want to bring up just one other thing with the Young Bucks. When they were doing their EVP stuff and they're doing the private jets and all that, I think
Yeah.
a lot of that was real to be used on screen. I think they are making like a lot of money with AEW.
Oh yeah,
And
they for sure are.
yeah, so that kind of played into their character with realism, is what I was trying to say. So,
I
yeah.
want to say that if my memory suits me correct, they might have signed the highest tag team deal in history.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think that they're pretty, and that's probably as wrestlers. I don't know if
Yeah.
that even factors into anything else they're getting,
Yeah.
especially with other. Right now they're partners, I believe.
Yeah.
Like Tony looks
Yeah.
at them like partners, I believe, even
Yeah.
though he's kind of like the head of the engine. eh, Why would you go,
Yeah.
be
Why
looked
would,
at as a number when you're a partner over here?
yeah. Cody had a completely different reason, too. Cody went because of his dad. He wanted to do something for his father. So, but Young Bucks, I mean, they don't really have that much of a history with WWE. Only a couple like squash matches, which ain't nothing.
And I
And
and
that's
I,
when they were like really young. So,
I think people
it'd be a smart decision for them to stay with AEW. They
I
don't need that WrestleMania moment.
I think what people are missing is that there's the Young Bucks, Kenny, maybe a few others.
Mm.
If they retire all elite, they don't wrestle in any other company. They're breeding the way for this new wave, which I believe is the Will Ospreys of the world, um, the Speedball Mike Baileys of the world, the ones that are choosing AEW. I think that there's a different road that's being paved versus the one that WWE was their dream. The ones that have a WWE dream, it's always going to be their dream. You can't knock them,
Yeah,
you can't take it
right.
from them. But I believe there's another road for these other guys and other ladies
Yeah.
that it's not really about a WrestleMania moment. It's
Mm.
about being the best wrestler in the world. And that's
Yeah.
where the AEW thing comes in. And
Yeah.
that's how I look at it.
And
Anyway.
soon you're gonna have people talking about all in moments. So
Yeah.
yeah, and people want to get that. So
And
yeah, I agree with you.
yeah, and I seen recently, not to throw jabs, somebody say moments are better than matches, but I mean a moment's not in
Oh,
matches.
I saw some dumbass say that too.
Yeah, but I swear there's moments in matches.
Yeah. Oh,
That
they're
that
definitely.
happens. That happens, right? So I
Yeah.
I, I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
promoting, yeah,
we are
promoting.
talking about wrestling, right?
Wait,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Great marketing. I applaud it. But
Yeah.
let's not act like there's moments in matches, and let's not act like we're not watching wrestling. We're not watching a
Yeah.
show called Matches. Excuse me. We're not watching a show called Moments because that sounds like a soap opera. No, we're
Oh yeah.
watching wrestling. Now, on to some good stuff about Scott that I have, and this is a Monday episode. We're not going to get too crazy, but I do want to know this, right? You all right, bro?
Yeah. Get some
Take
water
down,
real quick.
take down some of that water.
That's better.
All right. So we've been talking about Scott a lot, Scott Demore. Both big fans of him. Now we know he has his TNA batch of guys from when he was there. When he was leaving, we could see a lot of them probably we heard a lot of them wanted to leave their contracts or didn't want to resign or wanted to opt out that last option year, right? So it looks like he's working full with AEW. He might be
Yeah.
talking about WWE here and there, but when you look at those MLP cards, it's flooded with AEW talent. You know,
Yeah.
even with, for example, Ace Austin, we just heard signed, but September 5th he's on an MLP show, so Tony and him are working together.
Oh yeah.
Now, I think I touched offline about this with you, and I want you to let the people know what your thoughts on this. But I said I'm an advocate of Scott bringing MLP, merging or working with Ring of Honor and giving
Yep.
him the creative control with his own Ring of Honor roster, minus what Tony's using in, Collision or Dynamite, etc. What are your thoughts on that? And what do you think it will look like if they did do that?
I mean, that needs to happen. Like, I would be all for it happening. And have their own roster set up for Scott Demore to use. No more like putting AEW main talent on ROH and vice versa. Keep
Yeah,
the roster once and get them a good TV deal with that. Using all the stars from both ROH and MLP would
yeah.
be fantastic. So, yeah,
Completely agree. And I think honestly, giving Scott that little bit of weight to write probably would be a breath of fresh air. Tony doesn't even realize he needs if he
yeah,
if he handed it over. Give it at least, run it on a trial basis. Give it six
yeah,
months, see how it goes. If it looks good, push for the TV deal. Let Scott be the head writer.
yeah,
I don't see why it wouldn't work.
yeah.
Now, on to that. This wouldn't be a Scott problem, but
Mm.
I need to know your thoughts on TNA potentially working with the WWE partnership or one of their brands and moving to Wednesday to compete with AEW Dynamite.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
That's my that's my thing. It's not gonna work out, bro. It's just not. Like, you can look up the viewership on TNA, what they do now, being on Thursday. They're only pulling in about 70,000 viewers a week, and that's with the help of the WWE. You put them up against Wednesday Night Dynamite, they're gonna lose, bro, every time. And they
Yeah,
they might even go down in their numbers for doing that. It's gonna kill TNA. But I mean, there's talks, of WWE possibly buying TNA, but now there's talks of somebody else buying TNA. Now, who knows what's going to happen to TNA? But what they don't want to do is to go head to head with Dynamite. That's just going to kill
yeah, I don't see the logic there. If the goal is to
them.
pull in more fans, stick to Thursdays and
Yeah,
promote
yeah,
your show. That's who's gonna pull it in. I don't see no reason to go head to head with Dynamite. The thing I would say is this, right? NXT, and obviously these are different times. NXT is doing better than them is. They have it's less developmental, I guess,
yeah,
right now per se. But in the heyday of NXT, Black and Gold,
mhm.
where they had the Adam Cole's the world and the Kyle O'Reillys, and they was undisputed, and they actually had like top tier
And it was
talent.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, they got crushed by AEW to
yeah.
the point where they
So
all ran to AEW.
yeah,
Malachi, Cole, the whole undisputed, they literally one by one went to
went over.
AEW,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you don't want to be head to head and have TNA wrestlers in the back watching AEW wondering what Scott's doing. Just keep them away from it. Leave them on Thursday. That would be my opinion because I do think the partnership has got better lately, other than the fact that TNA needs their belts back. But I think they have a goal for that, maybe at Bound for Glory.
yeah.
It has been looking a little bit better lately than I thought in the beginning. But they have a long way to go. I also want to ask your thoughts, and I won't get too deep into this because I touched on it on Friday's episode. And by the time this episode drops, we'll actually have a winner. So I'm just gonna keep it simple for you. I want you to let me know who you think is gonna be the winner. So the G1 Climax is gonna wrap up this week. Saturday, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Takeshita and
Ooh,
Evil versus Yoda Suji. On
ooh.
Sunday, the winners are gonna go on to see who wins the G1 Climax. So those are the four last contestants in it, four last wrestlers. Who you got?
It's either gonna be between Zack Sabre Jr. or Takeshita. Which Zack Sabre Jr. being the IWGP champion, it's probably going to be Zack Sabre Jr. I think,
Yeah,
or it could be Yoda too. I mean,
yeah.
it's really hard to determine
This is
the
why the G1's
winner.
exciting. I
Yeah,
have no idea who's gonna win
I
this.
love tournaments like this. when New Japan does it, when AEW does it, it's awesome. Especially when the finals of each tournament are like really undeterminable of who's going to win.
Yeah,
So I'm here for it. So,
yeah.
who do you
I
think?
mean, I don't know, man. For some reason, I think Takeshita is gonna win this because I think there's gonna be a
Yeah,
feud down somewhere down the line, and he has the dual contract, so he's technically a New Japan star, anyways.
right.
So, I,
Yeah,
I, I just have a funny feeling it's gonna be Takeshita versus Yoda, and Takeshita is gonna win it.
that'd be cool too.
The one thing that where I just feel like we missed here, no matter what happens on Saturday with Saban Takeshita, you
Oh
should
yeah,
have ran that back at Forbidden Door. I think that was the match. No matter
that,
who wins there, I would have rather seen Takeshita and Saber Jr. at Forbidden Door versus other than anybody that's in that four-way match. And that's just my personal opinion. We got
right.
Hechicero, Daniel Garcia, Nigel, who I think will win it, which
Yeah, most
makes
likely.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and then Lee Moriarty, which great spot for him. I don't think he has no chance to actually win it, but I just would have loved to see Saban to catch on that Forbidden Door card.
Yeah. So man,
Yeah, a couple of resignings I would like for you
yeah,
to
let's
know about.
go.
Yep, and I've talked about these on Friday too, but you're more the AEW guy, so I need to get your info on this. Daddy
Sure.
Magic long term, Kota
Yeah.
Ibushi re-up 2 years, and
Mm,
Hook signed long term actually in 2024. So now we know why the NXT interest
died out.
disappeared. We didn't hear
Yeah.
anything about it since the end of last year, and now we know why Hook
Yeah.
actually already re-signed. So
Yeah.
your thoughts on those?
Man, like I was saying with Dynamite discussions, I'll start off with Hook.
Yeah,
It's really important to keep these young guys around because they are the future of wrestling.
yeah.
Hook's got it too, man. Like I noticed some people kind of up and down with him, but for the most part, especially when he first started coming around, everybody was really up on him. And I think he just needs to find that again, and I bet he will.
Mhm.
Um, Especially if he does like feuds with some of the other younger guys in AEW, like Nick Wayne.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. And Kota Ibushi, that might have been, honestly, now thinking about it, that might be like injury time added on. I don't know.
No, he
Or,
announced no, he announced
mm,
that he
oh, it was
resigned.
an extension.
Yep,
Yeah.
extension. Yep.
So, oh well, I'm glad. I'm here for Kota, man. I we've been missing out on him the past 2 years because of injuries. So,
Yeah, see,
I'm real excited to see him.
that was the interesting part because I believe that it's a 2 year extension, so he
Yeah.
could have still had 2 years left and 2 years adding on. Where they
Yeah.
said 2 year extension, there's the unclarification because I
Right.
feel like he still had a couple of years left. So
Right.
it might have went from a year left to 3 years left, or 18 months left to 3.5 years left. But
Yeah.
it's added on to whatever time he's
Yeah.
had left.
You're right, and they won't add the injury time until like after, if they have to. Which Tony Khan, like, he would grant Kota Ibushi to go somewhere else if he wanted to. Like
Yeah, you would.
Tony Khan can do that, because there's no reason for him to do it with Kota. Uh, Not really, because I
I,
mean Kota's not going to go to like WWE.
even
It,
if he
it,
was, even if he
yeah,
was. I think Tony. Sorry to cut you off, bro, but I think Tony learned his lesson because you
yeah,
remember there was a bunch of contracts and there was complaints and stuff going on,
yeah,
and then he let Mariah May go early. That was
yeah.
his
I
top.
know.
That was his top woman star. That was just the champion. I think
Yeah,
that was him saying, "All right, you know what? I'm not gonna fight back on this type of stuff. Go."
yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
think the
saying?
only one he did it with was Ray Phoenix, but Ray Phoenix had already started talking his shit.
And if you
So
noticed right after that, he actually let Ray Phoenix out his contract too.
yeah,
He didn't tax Malachi. He let him go. He
yeah,
let Rusev out the contract. He That's why I don't feel like Keith Lee is asking to be out his contract. We
yeah,
should see him soon because I feel
yeah,
like he was in that group of people where if he asked to be let out, I think he would have been. So
yeah,
I think Tony just when he let Mariah May walk out the door knowing she's going to WWE and she's gonna show up this week. I think it was kind of Tony saying, I'm not going to hold you. I said I wouldn't hold nobody. And I kind of got caught up in that a little bit. But you know what? Bow. All of y'all could go. Even
Right.
Mariah, you know? So I don't think Tony's holding nobody right now. I think he wants people that wants to be there. And even Mercedes said it recently in the last thing she said, if you don't want to be the best wrestler in the world, then get the F out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Uh,
think they want to hold you no more. Go.
yeah. Which I mean, and you know, people would talk their crap too if Tony Khan did add injury time to all them,
Yeah.
too. Like, oh, not letting them out of their contract. And at the same time, they're watching WWE, who definitely adds on injury time if they want.
It picking
So,
they people pick certain fans pick and choose
yeah,
when things are gonna get them angry.
yeah. And then Daddy Magic, really glad he signed on for a multi-year deal. He's got three different like pivotal roles that he can do.
Yeah.
He's part-time wrestling now, but commentating and being a manager. He's done all three of those, and we see him.
Interest.
He's huh?
I was gonna say I'm interested to see what happens with
Oh,
Angelo Parker and Ruby as well. I know she's probably got time off added, but Angelo Parker, I mean, unless he got time off added as well, I just assumed they would be signed together.
right. Yeah. Who knows how that's going to go? But maybe we'll hear something soon. So
Maybe him and Ruby signed together.
maybe, yeah, that's more likely,
But
probably.
I know they had the baby. So maybe their contracts aligning is more important than him and Menard's contracts aligning right now. So maybe he's just waiting to come back. I could
Yeah.
definitely see that as something that's going on. See if there's anything else that we could find up in here. And hold on one second, my brother. Cause I know there's definitely more stuff floating on here we could pull up. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
there's
well,
been,
I
huh?
got I got a question for you because this been
Go ahead.
floating around. Now, people's timelines is so messed up on this. Remember, Tony had an opportunity, Tony Khan was speaking of, to buy TNA. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
This was before he ever invented AEW. This was
Mm,
before the first All In or All Out, whatever you want to, pull up. Um, so had he a bought TNA, Kenny, the Bucks, all of them probably would have been in TNA or whatever he
mm,
named it. There probably wouldn't have been an AEW, which I would prefer it to go the way it went. That's
yeah,
just I love AEW.
I'm kind of glad it did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy the way that it went. Now, I see people saying that Tony messed up for not buying TNA. Do you kind of
Mm,
see what I'm saying here? It's like if he had the offer to buy TNA after he owned AEW, there, there you go. Now, if he owned AEW and had the chance to buy them, it'd be different. But at
yeah.
the chance he had to buy them, I it would
I
have just
mean, if he did buy TNA wouldn't be involved with WWE at all. So
uh,
that could have been something. I mean, and TNA already had the. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it would have worked out the same because TNA still had their deal with Access TV, and they weren't pulling in viewers. I don't think it would have changed as much as what AEW did. So
I think WWE would have preferred he bought TNA than
yeah,
what he did.
honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad AEW exists though.
me too.
I'm a sicko for life.
So yeah, I seen that pop up. And one other thing, I seen this come from you, so I'm gonna ask you. I know I don't think it's too early for AEW to start a Hall of Fame. They're going on 7 years. I
Yeah,
mean they could wait to 10 years, I guess, if they
yeah.
want. Give me your top 5 to go into the AEW Hall of Fame if it started today.
Started today, and if they did if they started with small classes
And
at first,
you could go more than 5 if you like, but just
okay.
figure.
But five right off the bat, I want to see Sting, and I want to see Mr. Brody Lee.
Yeah.
Um, I want to see Chris Jericho in there eventually, even though he's still kind of active today. Um, I don't want to see the EVPs getting there too soon because they're all active right now.
Yeah,
Um, Gangrel could have a chance if he ends up joining uh, Christian and Cope.
yeah, he actually
Let's
was
see.
in a few of the first AEW events.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'll
Let's
give you
see.
one. Jay
Yeah.
Briscoe has to be a lock.
Jay, yes, I knew there was an obvious one that I was missing. It was
That's why
Jay.
I give you
Yeah,
that one. I know you're gonna pick him, so Jay
yeah,
got to be in there.
yeah. I was thinking of that when I was thinking, but I was like, I couldn't get the name out of my head.
It's all right
But he's definitely on there for sure. I mean, Billy Gunn could be a part of it eventually.
for sure.
Yeah. A lot of them are kind of eventual ones for me because they're still active, so it's
Yeah,
really hard
Dustin,
to pick them.
Dustin, for sure. We
Dustin
need to
Rhodes
bring
would
that
be
up.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
they got enough people to say within, say, if they wanted to start a Hall of Fame on their 10th year,
yeah,
they could at least induct 4 or 5 people that first year and extend it.
mm,
So
right. Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think
it's
that's the best option for them. Maybe wait a couple more years, but if they started it today, I mean, they could start off with like 3 or 4 and then build up after.
and I feel like
One,
there's a couple other things they could do. Like they could put Mata Hot
mhm,
in a Hall of Fame with Owen. They could
yeah,
do
Owen
something.
Hart, that's another one. Yeah,
Yes, they could do something there. There's probably a few more we're missing.
yeah.
I wanna say Christopher Daniels is probably
Oh yeah, he's definitely
eligible
should be in
for
there.
Hall of Fame right now,
Yeah,
but there's a few of them for sure.
yeah,
And I want to say one day, when Omega, the Young Bucks, and Hangman do win, Cody will probably be eligible to go in with them. Like all
yeah.
of them should probably go in together. The elite that started AEW,
Right.
when it's that time, it's
Yeah.
probably a long time from now. But when it's
Right.
that time,
We're far away from the elite being in there.
yeah. But
Maybe
I'm just
Kenny
saying when
could go first though, and then be inducted twice. So
yeah, I just think that it'd be cool to see all the elite going at once.
yeah,
And,
right. Yeah. That's
talk
why I
this.
said Kenny twice or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see how Kenny does. I hope he's doing well and still, and I hope he's still got a lot of time left in him because I
What
mean
what
that's
what do you think about Kenny getting snubbed off the Street Fighter movie?
oh, he's not a part of it.
No, well, not that I know of, unless he's playing Sagat, that they keep kind of showing that. But nah, in the movie, as he did the Street Fighter video game commercial, we know he's a huge video game person. He's a huge Street Fighter guy.
Yeah,
But as far as the movie, Roman Reigns is in it. Cody Rhodes is in it.
yeah.
Um,
I got a couple WWE guys.
50 Cent is in it. Bro, the whole cast is like rappers and wrestlers. And then
Wow.
they just left Kenny off it, and it's weird because I feel like Kenny's commercial showed you he could have played any one of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
which one did you not have an actor for? You should just let him play that one.
Kenny was a part of the release for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, the
They
video
they
game commercial, and
yeah,
didn't get part of the movie.
that's I'm pretty sure he is, but I don't know unless you saw something else, but
Now
if he's not, that'd be crappy.
I just
Yeah.
literally looked over the whole cast, and
Dang.
unless he's maybe playing Sagat, which I
Yeah,
guess is a possibility.
yeah,
I'll pull it up for you right now. Hold on.
but
Yeah, I read it and I literally was like, because I assumed he was gonna be in Street Fighter. You
yeah,
did the game commercial. You dressed up as all of them. They know you love Street Fighter. You
yeah.
go to the tournaments. Maybe they just didn't like him as an actor. I don't know.
One of my favorite like wrestling gears was when Kenny and the Young Bucks dressed up as Street Fighter characters. They
Yeah,
had the wrestling gear. That was pretty cool.
for
But
sure. No,
on top of all that, I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy myself, man. I can't wait till that movie comes out.
yeah, you see it right there.
Yeah,
I'm a Mortal Kombat guy.
yeah,
Either one or the other. It's like PlayStation or Xbox, Mortal
yeah,
Kombat or Street Fighter. I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. but these are the ones that they have so far. Ryu is played by, and some of these names I might botch bad,
Okay.
but I'm gonna try my best. So we got Ryu played by Andrew Koji.
Hmm.
Ken Masters played by Noah Centineo. Chung Lee played by Kalina Lang. That cast was amazing. She looks literally how you would expect Chung Lee to look.
So
Jason
sweet.
Momoa as Blanca.
Oh, that makes
Roman
sense.
Roman Reigns as Akuma. 50 Cent as Balrog. Orville Peck as Vega. David Dask Malachian is rumored to be M. Bison. Cody Rhodes is Guile. Andrew Schultz is rumored to be Dan Habuki. So they haven't announced Sagat yet. Maybe Kenny plays Sagat. Because I know that after those promos, he has the video where he drops of him getting made up as Sagat. So maybe they do announce that he's playing Sagat. But as of right now, he's not
It's not
announced.
announced.
He's not in that.
Oh,
And I think another thing that could be a problem. Remember, Gladiators had Camille and Wardlow.
yeah,
The Miz then hosted it. The WWE took a fit. Just
yeah,
call it what it is, right?
yeah,
They didn't like it. Obviously, it still went forward. They recorded 2 seasons,
yeah.
I believe, already done.
So there's something to talk about with the Miz. They were actually the producers behind the American Gladiators. They said if WWE were to try to get rid of Camille and Wardlow, that the producers of the show would replace Miz as the host and just go with somebody else.
And it's funny because I said that that was the best thing to do and the reason why. And I never even knew that. But if you go back to one of our episodes, I said that. And the reason
Yeah,
why is Camille looks like a gladiator.
yeah,
Wardlow looks like a
Gladiator.
gladiator. You
Yeah,
can replace a host.
yeah.
Not a
A
big,
lot easier than you can replace a
you
gladiator.
could get someone bigger than the Miz. You can go get a bigger host.
I
But the
get that. Yeah,
gladiators, not so much, you know?
no,
So that makes perfect sense. It also was a little kid move, I think, for the WWE to do that. They
yeah,
also, in that same week, complained about the MJF and the Happy Gilmore stuff.
yeah.
They need to embrace this stuff, and this ain't a complaint. And
No,
I don't care about kind of programming all this stuff. Do what you got to do. But here's the thing: if Kenny Omega, the what's holding it back is that there's WWE superstars in this movie. That's
yeah.
pathetic.
That
You
is
see what I'm
pathetic.
saying? Because maybe the Gladiators was like, no, we ain't taking him off. And maybe Adam Sandler was like, yo, I got crazy love for MJF because you see how we talk about him now, right?
Yeah,
No way I'm doing that. But maybe Street Fighter is willing to play ball. And maybe they
right.
said, you know what, we'll wait on announcing Kenny Omega. And
Yeah.
if they can't work it out, maybe they will replace him. But it's just silly to me if that's the
Producers,
case.
yeah. The
You know?
producers and director behind this new Street Fighter movie have to know that Kenny Omega was a part of the game release, so it would
Yeah.
make no sense to not have him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like I said, it just I just hope he's part of the movie. And I know a couple of the characters he could play haven't been announced yet. So
yeah,
it could just be maybe they announce him last. Like, oh
mhm.
yeah, Kenny's still in it. Let everybody complain. But I just feel like with Roman and Cody being in it, we're not even talking about the Miz no more.
Oh
We're
no.
not talking about, Becky and Nikki, who actually didn't even end up making the movie. We're
Yeah, they
talking
cut
about,
her ass out. You know why?
yeah, right. I have no idea.
So she got cut out of Happy Gilmore 2 because she was really hard to work with and was annoying to other people. And she was trying to steal the spotlight from Becky Lynch in every single one of her scenes. So
Oh
they
damn,
just cut her ass completely from the movie.
damn, that's I didn't even
That's,
hear any of that. That's
yeah,
crazy.
that
But
came out. Netflix has posted something about it. Yeah,
well, bottom line, what I'm saying is these ain't Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. So if
no,
they don't want you working with any WWE superstar, they definitely don't want Mr. Kenny Omega coming to chill with Cody and Roman. You
right?
see what I'm saying? So that it could be a problem. It might not be. Maybe he's in the movie. Maybe he's not. I just feel like he deserved a spot in that movie because he was promoting for you before you was promoting for yourself. And then he
Yeah.
did the commercial for you. And then to cast, rappers and WWE guys and not put him in the movie would just
Hmm.
be kind of corny to me. That's
Yeah,
my
I'd
personal
rather see Kenny in the movie still though. I don't care if they got problems on set or not. Kenny deserves to be a part of that movie.
Kenny definitely deserves to be part of that movie, bro. But with that being said, shout out anything you need to shout out. And this will drop Monday, and let's get ready for another day, my brother.
You know? Well, boss, I'm just tired, really. So,
Well,
um,
see that right there? Order
mhm.
yourself a nice bag,
I was
and
printing on my coffee. Hell yeah,
it will
man.
help you out, my brother.
I definitely need a cup right now, especially early in this morning. Whew, I could definitely use one. But
I don't know what time
um,
it is.
you can find me on X, formerly Twitter, as at Took Timbo. So would appreciate if you follow us there. And also, we're coming live from the Elite Mob Podcast YouTube channel. We're really so we got a giveaway going on at 250 subscribers. So if y'all help us get us there, you might have a lucky chance of getting one of these prizes. We're the got a WWE Funko Pop of Bianca Belair, or
Unopened.
unopened, or we can send you a bunch of All Elite Wrestling Upper Deck cards. So with me, I'm going to choose the cards, but I can't be a winner. So because we are giving this away. So
Fair to say.
uh, right. So yeah, help us get our subscribers up so we can hand out these first prizes. I think we got another one for 500 too that
Yeah.
Mom Miss will talk about with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have two choices actually. You're gonna actually be able to pick any AEW shirt of your choosing. Go right on the site, send us the link, we'll order it for you. Or you see this right here? If you're a coffee drinker,
Mm,
you get about two bags, two different bags of this, which will equal about the same price of a shirt. So you can either
awesome.
go with a couple of bags of coffee, or you could go with the AEW shirt of your pick.
Either one would be freaking epic, man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is me logging out, man. Good morning, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you this Thursday. So for Dynamite discussions.
Yes, sir. And probably see you before then too. Have a good day, my brother.
Hey, you too. Good night, bro.